in one of our recent classes that we taught this month, we talked about owning decision. And I shared this story with the community, and it had a pretty profound effect. And so I was, as a police officer, I was on patrol. I'm driving down just this 2-lane road, kind of in the middle of nowhere. And I pull over to the side, and I'm just kind of like watching from an angle, just people driving up and down this road. This car flies by, goes through a stop sign, doesn't stop. It's a very nice luxury sedan. So I turn on my lights, pull him over, and I said, "How you doing?" And he's like, "I'm all right." I could tell this guy's just like, he's flat drunk. And I shine my light into, he's not even coherent that I'm probably standing there. So I get his driver's license, and I'm like, "Look, man, you're pretty bad off." And he's like, "Are you gonna call my dad?" And I said, "Why would I do that?" He goes, "Man," he goes, "this is his car." He's like, "He's gonna be upset." I look at this kid in terms of he's had no priors. He's 16. So what's my decision now? I can call for a DWI unit to come and give this guy a field sobriety test, and he's going to fail just because I could tell how drunk he was. Or I could call his dad. Now I have to make a decision because I have that type of discretion. So I have to think, do I take this kid, do I have this kid go to jail and tow his dad's car? Or do I call his dad and hope that's the right decision because his dad will find a way to make sure this doesn't happen again? So I had our dispatch give me his parents' phone number, and I called his dad. It's 11 o'clock at night. And mom answers, and I'm like, Mrs. Smith, this is, Deputy O'Neill. I'm out here with your son, Jacob. "Oh my God, how is he?" I'm like, "He's fine." And I'm like, "I think he's been drinking too much, and I want to know if you want to come get him." She's like, "Can you talk to my husband?" I said, "Sure." He gets on the phone, same thing. And he's like, "Thank you. I will make sure this doesn't happen again." I have no idea what happens at the end of this, but I made that decision at that time. The reason I'm sharing this is because when I told that story in our community, I asked everybody on the platform because it's very engaging. And I said, and Evie asked this question actually, and she said, "How many of you would do the same thing Desmond did?" And Evie was just like, "I would do the exact opposite thing. I would have taken him to jail. I would have towed the car because I don't know if the consequences of what his dad would do is going to outweigh the fact that he's going to go to jail." And she's like, "What if I let him go and he does the same thing next week because he's not, he doesn't care what his father thinks?" And she's like, that to me was a decision that I would have made. We both made a completely different decision. I made it for the reasons I did. She made it for the reasons that she did. My point is that we both owned it. But it's less about that story and more about when you decide on something with the information you have at the moment, do you own it